Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing a little iRacing video. This is my first one on my channel, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So this is my fastest qualifying lap. If I remember correctly, it wasn't too good. Yeah, as you can see, just washing out wide there. I'm doing the fixed Lmp3 series in iRacing. And this was the top split at the time, so top split racing right here. So yeah, with iRacing, I just very recently, I think I made my account a week ago as of the recording of this video, so I'm pretty new to iRacing, but I have been very happy with my pace and my driving, you know, just keeping it safe. And that's the main thing with me in iRacing, which you'll see in the race, that sometimes instead of me trying to push to stay ahead of someone or defend against someone, I will let them pass, just to, you know, have that risk versus reward aspect of it. So, you know, you will see that later on in the race. And yeah, it was a 14.6, so not very good. You can see the delta there. That was my quickest, that was the delta against my quickest lap. So pretty bad quali, starting in 9th place for the race. And one thing here, at this track, I forgot the name of it. It's a Canada track. If you're in the inside lane for the start, you will always get a position or two. And then you really need to make sure that you are on the inside, or if you're on the outside, you need to make sure that you make the car stick. As you can see there, I was able to do it. I should be able to get the place here. I end up letting him go. You know, like I said, you know, just risk versus reward. I don't want to get into any unnecessary accidents or anything. Even if I do have the pace, I just like to minimize. This corner, very deadly. You'll see a few crashes in this race. Here, it's very tricky, because if you end up staying on the brakes a bit too long, you will end up just spinning the car, you know, or if you carry too much speed in, end up spinning the car. So it is a very tricky corner to nail and get down. But it is very rewarding if you get it right. This final section is pretty fun. You know, just trying to keep the gap steady between the person behind and start reeling in the guys in front. You know, at this point, I'm just trying to not lose any positions, just keep it clean, and really just pull forward and see if I'm able to catch up enough to where I'm able to get a nice clean pass on a straight, or on a turn that isn't as treacherous, you know. For example, this corner, as I said before, you know, you really do not want to be doing any overtakes here. Just extremely difficult, you know, you cannot do that. I did a multi-class race with the Lmp3 and GT4s right after this, and everyone was just sticking behind the GT4s while lapping them on that part of the track, just because it's not worth it trying to risk it and go around. You most likely end up crashing. Anyways, the gap is 1.2 seconds. You know, I see that they're fighting, so I'm trying to pull ahead. I'm not worried about the gap at this point behind me. It's 1.7 seconds, so I know that I have that little room where I could push now, where if I were to make a small mistake, then I would be able to recover and still have a decent sized gap behind to recover the car and hopefully pick up the pace again. But there, that corner, I'm able to really pull in on them. Here once again, just Yeah, so there was a crash. So one thing too, especially at that corner, is I'm just using a singular monitor because I have stuff up on my other monitors as I'm racing. So what you guys see is what I see. I don't have triple monitors for that extra view. I've tried triple monitor racing before. It just seems to really throw me off. And plus, one of my monitors is a bit different size. It's a bit smaller than the other two. Just because that's mainly used to have stuff up on it, you know, extra stuff. Not meant to be a main, you know, so setup isn't like that. Talking about setup though, just got a wheel and pedals, as you guys can see. I've been loving it. I made my first video on it in the F123 game. Very happy with how I've been able to, you know, how quickly I've been able to adapt to it. I honestly thought that it would take me about a few months to get to the point where I am already, you know, and I'm very surprised with how I've been able to translate my skill from controller over to the wheel and pedals. If you guys are wondering what I have, just the Fanatec CSL DD. I don't have the boost kit for it, but honestly, with the 5 Newton meters, if you guys are wondering what's happening right now too, just skipping this. It's just, you know, just us doing laps, just trying to keep the gap up. Nothing really important. But yeah, so anyways, getting back to the equipment I have, the eSports F1 wheel, V2. I have the Fanatec CSL DD, 5 Newton meters, just because I don't have the boost kit, but honestly, this thing is very powerful already. My hands are sore after doing a race just because the force feedback of it. And then the pedals, I have the CSL pedals, the newer ones. It's very good. Coming up here, rewinded it because if you guys remember what I was saying about this turn earlier, I know I talked about it a lot, but this turn is, I can't stress enough, so treacherous. And you can see he goes a bit wide there, and he ends up losing some ground. So now I take this as an opportunity to start hopefully getting in his toe and pulling away from the guy behind, because the gap is a bit closer than I like it, just under a second at 9/10. So I would like that to be just around 2 seconds. You know, that's where it seems pretty comfortable. So I'm really gonna use this to try to just pull in to the to 5th place right here.
1 minute 14.009.
And you know, this corner too is so difficult just because it's blind. You know, he's built it back up a little. You know, the gap's staying pretty steady now. At this point, I was kind of going back into let's just drive cleanly mode. But then you'll see what happens next. Yep, he spins in front. Have to avoid a bit. And then if you see in the mirror, the guy behind me actually ended up spinning as well. So I have no idea why he spun as well. I think he just saw the crash ahead and ended up braking too much, you know, which is very easy to spin the rear when you brake a little bit too much on that corner. So now here I'm really gonna be trying to push to build a little bit of a gap to the guy behind. I really just I'm gonna start pulling away. At this point, I'm starting to get happy with the gap. It's about 7/10. It's fluctuating a little bit, and I'm able to build up the gap pretty well. Able to maintain it, you know, as long as I'm able to maintain a steady about 7/10 gap, I'm gonna be pretty happy. So yeah, now, as I was
1
talking about
minute,
earlier, sorry if I'm repeating a lot, but iRacing,
Just the fastest lap of the session.
how I've been able to go from rookie to almost being B class. I'm very, very close, probably a race away from B class at this point. As the recording of this video, not of the actual footage that you guys are watching when I'm doing this. At this point, I'm telling the guy to go past me because Celia has more pace and I do not want to get in an incident. And that's kind of been why I've been able to go up through the licenses so quickly, just racing clean, you know, even if I end up only gaining a position or two in the race, but I have, you know, 0 incident points, you know, that's gonna help me even more. You know, I know it might not be the best for iRating or whatever, but I'm mainly trying to build up my license at this point. I really want to start racing the LMDH, uh, Cadillac LMDH specifically. That's the one that I got. But yeah, as you can see,
White flag this time.
kind of go a bit too wide and just spin. Luckily, the gap was big enough behind me, so to where I only lost 1 place. But
The car behind
as you can see, I'm very
The gap
disappointed
is 2.6. 1
in the
minute,
moment, and
22.57.
the car, it just felt a little bit off after that, even though I had no contact. I think just heated up the rears a bit from spinning. So I remember just, you know, thinking in my head, I have to keep this clean, 0 mistakes for this final lap, and just try to keep this position. And I knew that I had a 2-second gap to play with, so I was fine with losing a second and a half of that, just taking it a bit easier and not trying to force any incidents on myself or push myself unnecessarily. So coming around, final few corners, actually built up the gap a little bit, and here taking that extra careful this time around, and it's gonna be a P7 finish. Not horrible. I believe started P9. And that'll be it for this video. If you guys are interested in iRacing and would like to help support me, there will be a link down in the description below. If you guys get a 3+ month subscription, that will actually help me make more content like this. Also, I'll be live streaming some races on iRacing on Thursday the 13th at around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And once again, if you all are interested in trying out iRacing and would like to help support me, use the link below and get a 3-month subscription or more to help me out. It'll be greatly appreciated if you end up doing that. Also, don't forget to join my Discord if you guys want any of the Assetto Corsa mods that I make. And also, if you guys like the video and would like to see more, a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you in the next one.